Nissan Leaf's lithium-ion battery pack. A battery pack consists of multiple connected lithium-ion cells. Battery packs for large consumer electronics like laptop computers also contain temperature sensors, voltage regulator circuits, voltage taps, and charge state monitors. These components minimize safety risks like overheating and short-circuiting. 155. Top-hour larger devices, such as electric cars. Connecting many small batteries in a series parallel circuit is more effective. 156. Uses. Lithium-ion batteries are used in a multitude of applications, from consumer electronics, toys, power tools and electric vehicles. 157. More niche uses include backup power in telecommunications applications. Lithium-ion batteries are also frequently discussed as a potential option for grid energy storage. 158. Although as of 2020, they were not yet cost competitive at scale. 159. Performance. Specific energy density 100 to 250 W times H/kilogram, 360 to 900 kJ/kilogram, 160. Volumetric energy density 250 to 680 W times H/L, 900 to 2230 J/centimeter 3, 2, 161. Specific power density 300 to 1500 W/kilogram, at 20 seconds and 285 W times H/L, 1. Because lithium-ion batteries can have a variety of positive and negative electrode materials, the energy density and voltage vary accordingly. The open circuit voltage is higher than in aqueous batteries, such as lead-acid nickel metal hydride and nickel cadmium. 162. Internal resistance increases with both cycling and age. 163. Although this depends strongly on the voltage and temperature the batteries are stored at. 164. Rising internal resistance causes voltage at the terminals to drop under load, which reduces the maximum current draw. Eventually, increasing resistance will leave the battery in a state such that it can no longer support the normal discharge currents requested of it without unacceptable voltage drop or overheating. Batteries with a lithium-ion phosphate positive and graphite negative electrode each have a nominal open circuit voltage of 3.2 V and a typical charging voltage of 3.6 V. Lithium nickel manganese cobalt NMC oxide positives with graphite negatives have a 3.7 V nominal voltage with a 4.2 V maximum while charging. The charging procedure is performed at constant voltage with current limiting circuitry, i.e., charging with constant current until a voltage of 4.2 V is reached in the cell and continuing with a constant voltage applied until the current drops close to zero. Typically, the charge is terminated at 3% of the initial charge current. In the past, lithium-ion batteries could not be fast charged and needed at least 2 hours to fully charge. Current generation cells can be fully charged in 45 minutes or less. In 2015, researchers demonstrated a small 600 mAh capacity battery charged to 68% capacity in 2 minutes and a 3000 mAh battery charged to 48% capacity in 5 minutes. The latter battery has an energy density of 620 W times H/L. The device employed heteroatoms bonded to graphite molecules in the anode. 165. Performance of manufactured batteries has improved over time. For example, from 1991 to 2005, the energy capacity per price of lithium-ion batteries improved more than tenfold, from 0.3 W times H per dollar to over 3 W times H per dollar. 166. In the period from 2011 to 2017, progress has averaged 7.5% annually. 167 overall. Between 1991 and 2018, prices for all types of lithium-ion cells, in dollars per kilowatt-hour, fell approximately 97%. 168 over the same time period, energy density more than tripled. 168 efforts to increase energy density contributed significantly to cost reduction. 169 differently sized cells with similar chemistry can also have different energy densities. The 21,700 cell has 50% more energy than the 18,650 cell, and the bigger size reduces heat transfer to its surroundings. 161 round-trip efficiency. The table below shows the result of an experimental evaluation of a high-energy Type 3.0 R18650 NMC cell in 2021 round-trip efficiency, which compared the energy going into the cell and energy extracted from the cell from 100% 4.2 V SOC to 0% SOC, cut off 2.0 V. A round-trip efficiency is the percent of energy that can be used relative to the energy that went into charging the battery. 170 C rate efficiency, estimated charge efficiency, estimated discharged efficiency 0.286%, 93%, 92%, 0.482%, 92%, 90%, 0.681%, 91%, 89%, 0.877%, 90%, 86%, 1.075%, 89%, 85%, 1.273%, 89%, 83%. Characterization of a cell in a different experiment in 2017 reported round-trip efficiency of 85.5% at 2C and 97.6% at 0.1C. 171. Lifespan. The lifespan of a lithium-ion battery is typically defined as the number of full charge-discharge cycles to reach a failure threshold in terms of capacity loss or impedance rise. Manufacturer's data sheet typically uses the word cycle life to specify lifespan in terms of the number of cycles to reach 80% of the rated battery capacity. 172. Simply storing lithium-ion batteries in the charged state also reduces their capacity, the amount of cyclable Li+, and increases the cell resistance, primarily due to continuous growth of the solid electrolyte interface on the anode. Calendar life is used to represent the whole life cycle of battery involving both the cycle and inactive storage operations. Battery cycle life is affected by many different stress factors including temperature, discharge current, and state of charge ranges. Depth of discharge. 173, 174. Batteries are not fully charged and discharged in real applications such as smartphones, laptops and electric cars, and hence defining battery life by a full discharge cycles can be misleading. To avoid this confusion, researchers sometimes use cumulative discharge, 173, defined as the total amount of charge, R, delivered by the battery during its entire life or equivalent full cycles. 174, which represents the summation of the partial cycles as fractions of a full charge-discharge cycle. Battery degradation during storage is affected by temperature and battery state of charge, SOC, and a combination of full charge, 100% SOC, and high temperature, usually (GT 50 degrees Celsius), can result in sharp capacity drop and gas generation. 175. Multiplying the battery cumulative discharge by the rated nominal voltage gives the total energy delivered over the life of the battery. From this one can calculate the cost per kilowatt-hour of the energy, including the cost of charging. Over their lifespan, batteries degrade gradually, leading to reduced capacity, and, in some cases, lower operating cell voltage, due to a variety of chemical and mechanical changes to the electrodes. 176. Several degradation processes occur in lithium-ion batteries, some during cycling, some during storage, and some all the time. Sad Smiley. 177, 178, 176. Degradation is strongly temperature dependent. Degradation at room temperature is minimal but increases for batteries stored or used in high temperature or low temperature environments. 179. High charge levels also hasten capacity loss. 180. In a study, scientists provided 3D imaging and model analysis to reveal main causes, mechanics, and potential mitigations of problematic degradation of the battery's overcharge cycles. They found particle cracking increases and contact loss between particles and carbon binder domain are observed to correlate with the cell degradation and indicates that their action heterogeneity within the thick cathode caused by the unbalanced electron conduction is the main cause of the battery degradation over cycling. 181, 182. The most common degradation mechanisms in lithium-ion batteries include Sad Smiley. 183. Reduction of the organic carbonate electrolyte at the anode, which results in the growth of solid electrolyte interface, SEI, where Li and ions get irreversibly trapped, i.e. loss of lithium inventory. This shows us increased ohmic impedance and reduced R charge. At constant temperature the SEI film thickness, and therefore, the SEI resistance and the lost in cyclable Li+, increases as a square root of the time spent in the charged state. The number of cycles is not a useful metric in characterizing this main degradation pathway. Under high temperatures or in the presence of a mechanical damage the electrolyte reduction can proceed explosively. Lithium metal plating also results in the loss of lithium inventory, cyclable R charge, as well as internal short-circuiting and ignition of a battery. Once Li plating commences during cycling, it results in larger slopes of capacity loss per cycle and resistance increase per cycle. This degradation mechanism becomes more prominent as fast charging and low temperatures. Loss of the negative or positive electroactive materials due to dissolution, for example of Mn3+ species, cracking, exfoliation, detachment or even simple regular volume change during cycling. It shows up as both charge and power fade, increased resistance. Both positive and negative electrode materials are subject to fracturing due to the volumetric strain of repeated lithiation cycles. Structural degradation of cathode materials, such as Li and Ni2+ cation mixing in nickel-rich materials. This manifests as electrode saturation, loss of cyclable R charge and as a voltage fade. Other material degradations. Negative copper current collector is particularly prone to corrosion / dissolution at low cell voltages. PVDF binder also degrades, causing the detachment of the electroactive materials, and loss of cyclable R charge. Overview of the correlation between operational stress factors, the causes for degradation, the corresponding aging mechanisms, aging mode, and their effect on lithium-ion batteries aging. These are shown in the figure on the right. A change from one main degradation mechanism to another appears as a slope change in the capacity versus cycle number plot. 183. Most studies of lithium-ion battery aging have been done at elevated 50 to 60 degrees C temperatures in order to complete the experiments sooner. Under these storage conditions, fully charged nickel, cobalt, aluminum and lithium iron phosphate cells lose Ca 20% of their cyclable charge in 1 to 2 years. It is believed that the aforementioned anode aging is the most important degradation pathways in these cases. On the other hand, Manganese-based cathodes show a Ca 20 to 50% faster degradation under these conditions, probably due to the additional mechanism of neon dissolution. 178. At 25 degrees Celsius, the degradation of lithium-ion batteries seems to follow the same pathway, as the degradation at 50 degrees Celsius, but with half the speed. 178. In other words, based on the limited extrapolated experiment